Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to bring you something special. When I was in Thailand at the beginning of the year, I wore a certain type of makeup most of the days and I got a lot of compliments and a lot of requests for tutorials, so this is my recreation of that look. It is super simple skin that lasts a long time, a really quick and easy matte smoky eye, and yeah, it's really simple. It contains next to no products, it's really easy to create, and this video is brought to you because me and Into Braehead are working together again. So Into Braehead is a shopping centre really close to where I live in Glasgow. I go there all the time, probably too much. So Into Braehead have supplied all these products from shops that they've got in-house, and you'd be so surprised at what you can get in places like Marks and Spencer's, Boots, etc, etc. I've handpicked these products myself and I've been using them for the last couple of weeks and I am super impressed. So I hope you guys like this video, and if you'd like to see how I created this look, stay tuned. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Stila Soul palette. So this is a beautiful eyeshadow palette. It's a really nice mix of matte and shimmer shades, and the first colour I'm going to go for is this one here. It's a really nice kind of warm transition shade, and I'm going to put that all in the crease. I've already prepared my eyeball with eye primer. Any eye primer will do, and I've used the lightest shade in this palette lightly all over my lid just to mattify everything down. I feel like it kind of, the eyeshadow goes on much easier when you have a nice matte base. I'm just using kind of window wiper and little kind of round movements just to build that colour up there. I recommend using a big kind of fluffy brush for this. It just seems to deposit the colour a lot better. Next I'm going to take this colour here, which is the kind of darkest brown matte shade in the palette, and I'm going to press that all over the lid with a small firm eyeshadow brush. Bringing that colour all over the lid and up to the crease, which is where the transition shade starts. And I'm also going to bring this colour underneath the eye as well. Once that colour is down, what you can do is you can mix the warm shade, the transition shade, and the matte lid colour together, and we're going to use those to blend the lid colour into the crease colour. The pigment in these eyeshadows is crazy. So nice. So Stila is an American brand, but you can get them in Boots and Marks and Spencer's. And I'm going to slightly blend underneath as well. Once you've got those two shades on, you can grab any kind of liner. I'm going to use a felt tip in this case, and I'm just going to put a really nice thin line on top of my lashes, just so there's something for my lash to stick on top of. Now I'm going to use the small dense brush and the black matte colour. My black eyeshadow's got really good pigment to it. I'm just going to slightly buff that underneath my lower lash line. And I'm going to slightly smoke out the liner on top, just in the corner. Now just stick a coating of mascara on. The lashes I've picked are so nice. They are Eyelure Textured lashes in 157, and they are super wispy and double layered, so I'm just going to put some glue on these. While I'm waiting for that glue to dry, I'm going to go in with this colour here. This is a really nice kind of iridescent shimmer colour, and I'm going to use a little firm brush just to apply that on my brow bone and my inner corner. And now all we have to do is wait for this lash to dry. And then when you're applying your lashes, make sure that you've let the glue dry for a good 30-40 seconds. Grab a wee mirror and hold it just under your face like this and pop it on. Easy as that. Okay, now while that lash is drying, let's move on to skin. I've freshly prepared my skin with a moisturising primer, and now I'm going to go in with the YSL Touche Eclait, I hope you like my French accent there, foundation, and I'm using the shade BD60, which is dark. But if you look at my chest and my arms, I am quite brown at the moment. When I tan, I don't tan my face. I like to use my foundation to match it to my face. So I'm going to use my favourite foundation brush. You can use any kind of buffing brush for this. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. So I like to start in the middle of my face and work my way out. I'm not using too heavy a coverage, obviously. This tutorial is based on a look that I did when I was in Thailand earlier on in the year, and yeah, I didn't wear too much makeup when I was there. The more tanned I got, the less foundation I wore, so I'm just going to use a little bit just now just to kind of even out my complexion and match it to my body. I've been wearing this foundation for the last week or so, and someone every day, at least every day, one person has asked what I'm wearing because my skin looks good. So that to me screams positive review. I'm just kind of going over all the wee areas of my face. And because it is a little bit darker, I'm just going to blend it down my chin to make sure there's no lines. Once my foundation's pretty much on, I'm going to grab my next product, which is DoubleWear Concealer. I used to wear this all the time when I was a baba. When I worked for Estee Lauder, which you can get in Boots, I wore this all the time, and I don't know why I've stopped because it's so good. So I'm just going to apply that kind of underneath my eyes, down the centre of my nose, and on my forehead. So because I am so dark when I tan, I like to kind of create this light on my face with the concealer. So once I've got that on my face, I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush, which has got some excess foundation on it, and I'm just going to buff that in. Oh, it's so good. And I like to use the foundation brush just to get nice and high up near the eyes, just to make sure there's no kind of messiness under my eyeshadow. So once the concealer's on, we're going to dive straight into bronzer. So this is another Stila product. It is the Stay All Day bronzer in light. It says light, it's pretty dark, I think. It's a really nice colour for me when I'm tan, so I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to use my bronzer in a kind of 3 shape, so starting at the forehead, round to the cheeks, and then under the jaw. Once you've got your bronzer on, the next product, which I'm pretty excited about, is a Topshop product, so one of 2 actually. This is Glow Dust in Radiate. So when I first saw this, I was like, what on earth is this? It's crazy, it's like a dark highlighting powder. But what I thought would be nice, and it is to use it for on top of my bronzer. So I'm going to use a little bit, and I'm just going to show you how glowy it is. This just gives a really nice radiance to your skin without it being like too white. It's a really nice alternative for blusher coming up to kind of spring and summer. If you're wanting to rock that glowy tan look, this stuff's perfect. Look at that. It's heaven above. And then I'm just going to kind of touch lightly the high points of my face, so like my forehead here. And I'm just using a fan brush for this. Super glowy and brown. Next product is a new favourite of mine. This is the Chanel Universelle Loose Powder. It says Poudre Universelle Libre, but I can't speak French. It's the shade 30, so it does have a little bit of colour to it, but it's just a really beautiful translucent powder. It's so stunning underneath the eyes, which is exactly what I'm going to use it for. So to keep everything powdered underneath, I'm using the tiniest little bit, and then I'm going to use a little bit just at my smile lines and in between my brows, just where I tend to go oily or my face tends to move a little bit more than it should. So that has become a new staple favourite in my personal makeup and my kit makeup as well for work. The next product I'm going to use is another Topshop product, and it is the Glow Stick. So this is another highlighting product that I am obsessed with. It's gorgeous, it's so nice. It's a cream product which I don't usually use, but for summer and spring I just can't wait to wear this when I go on holiday next. So I'm using a synthetic brush and I'm just picking the product on top of my brush and I'm going to press that onto the skin where I want highlight. So everywhere. No, cheekbones. And if you use this pressing motion, the cream won't lift any of the product underneath. So it will just kind of sit on top of the skin and it just looks so, it's like the epitome of dewy. It's just so beautiful. I think the reason that people get put off these kind of products is because they're maybe not sure on how to use them. But if you just get a synthetic brush like I'm doing and press it on, oh, the glow is real, my friend. And I'm just going to use a little bit on my Cupid's bow and down my nose as well. I mean, imagine that down the centre of your legs. Oh, the best. Nice. So easy, so quick, and in photographs it shows up so nicely. Okay, next product is oldie but goodie. It is the Lush Bubblegum Lip Scrub. So I just get a little bit of my finger, apply to my lips, and then just lick it right off. These wee things are amazing. They exfoliate any kind of dead skin that's left on your lips, and they prepare your lips for any kind of lipstick, whether it be a satin or a liquid lipstick or a matte lipstick. It just gives you a really nice base. I'm going to quickly blot down my lips with a little bit of foundation just to make sure that they're nice and light, because the lipstick I'm going to use is quite light. So all I do is I just kind of go over the edges and they're still nice and smooth. And the lipstick I'm going to use is the Lancome Rouge 250, which is such a nice kind of rosy nude. And for summer, this is something I did quite a lot. I just threw on my lipstick with no lip liner and I actually really liked it. So I'm going to do that right now. It's so fresh and nice. When you're on holiday, obviously thinking kind of where they can come off. This way your lipstick will wear really nicely and it will just kind of slowly fade to your natural lip colour rather than getting patchiness from liquid lipsticks or anything like that. So that is the finished look, you guys. I hope you liked it, and if you like this makeup, I hope to see y'all rocking it on them sunny locations, you know. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.